We often spend years in a state of endless effort, trying to force ourselves toward a better life. We want to be healthier or more successful, yet we consistently find ourselves retreating to the safety of our old destructive habits. This pattern usually goes deeper than a simple lack of willpower. Our subconscious keeps us tethered to the familiar because it views the uncertainty of a new life as a threat to our survival. Dr. Stèphano Sabetti spent decades investigating this resistance. He founded the life energy process as a synthesis of clinical psychology and somatic energy concepts, looking for the physical roots of emotional stagnation. Sabetti identified a phenomenon he called holophobia, the subconscious fear of the responsibilities that come with becoming whole. We often prefer the safety of a familiar, painful identity because letting go of our struggles feels like losing the very thing that defines us. Lasting transformation requires us to abandon these ego defenses. We have to become willing to release our fixed identity to allow a new energetic state to take its place. Change functions as an oscillating, non-linear process. It behaves like a wave, with natural peaks of expansion and troughs of contraction that cannot be rushed or forced. Sabetti's theories align with the Taoist principle of Wu Wei. While often interpreted as non-action, it specifically refers to acting without resistance, moving in alignment with the natural path of least resistance. Sabetti modernized this into a practice he called choiceless freedom. Instead of struggling to make a decision, you practice letting through, allowing blocked energy to move through your system until the right action becomes spontaneous and unforced. This shifts the focus away from mechanical control. We begin to treat our lives as a dynamic, energetic process, rather than a machine that needs to be coerced into functioning. Sabetti mapped this movement through 9 distinct phases, providing a blueprint for how any significant human transformation actually progresses. It begins with an incubation period. In sign, or a state of being, energy gathers quietly until an external influence triggers a realization. This leads to extension, where curiosity begins to expand your sense of what is possible. This expansion eventually hits a limit. You encounter a boundary, an obstacle that tests your commitment, which pushes you into a critical crisis point called the impasse. At the height of the impasse, the ego's fear of the unknown peaks. Most people retreat to their old patterns here, causing the entire attempt at transformation to stall just before it can complete. Navigating the impasse leads to expression and dissolution, where the old identity finally clears away. After a period of integration, you reach a new equilibrium that sits at a higher level of functioning than where you started. This model shows that feeling stuck is a predictable structural requirement of change. It is a sign that the wave is reaching its peak, not a sign that you have failed. To move past the psychological impasse, Sabetti suggests shifting focus from the analytical mind to the physical body. He viewed the body as an energy transformer. It is the vehicle that converts universal life force into our physical form, our movements, and the resonance of our voice. Unprocessed trauma and fear manifest as held areas within this transformer. These blockages appear as restricted breath and rigid physical defenses, which life energy therapy aims to diagnose and release. By clearing these blockages, we allow the letting through process to occur. This energetic release provides the momentum necessary to finally clear the impasse and complete the change wave. Sabetti's principles for individual energy flow apply directly to the health of social and corporate organizations. He proposed that a group functions as a collective energy field. When a system is healthy, it reaches a state of resonance, where every individual vibrates in harmony with the universal field and the organization's purpose. This replaces the static, linear power of a traditional hierarchy with a holarchy. Instead of a top-down command structure, the organization becomes a network of interdependent nodes where energy and information can flow without obstruction. Prioritizing this internal resonance over rigid control creates a more adaptive system. Data suggests that these energetically conscious models result in lower turnover and higher profitability compared to traditional market averages. Change is an autonomous force of nature. It is not a project we can micromanage, but a current we must learn to navigate. Recognize your personal impasse as the moment where your old identity is most pressurized. This peak of friction indicates that your system is gathering the necessary energy to finally shift into a new equilibrium. The only way out is through. Stop persisting against the resistance and practice the courage to allow. Ride the wave of change.
Angel with amnesia. Remember your essence,